So this is a demonstration of a few aspects of this Linux system I run. It's basically just a filler video just for practice, getting used to the applications used to create the video. So this is my Linux desktop. It's pretty nice. I like it. Down here you have your test tray, shortcuts to launch applications like a file manager, this kind of stuff. You know, your old standard desktop stuff. So you got your file manager. Down here, got a web browser, of course. All the good stuff you'd expect from an operating system. In the menu, this is all my productivity applications up here. Going down here, this is where productivity ends. This is where entertainment begins. These are all the applications I commonly use. There are more in here in these subcategories of things, but if it's not in that main list, then I don't use it very much. This is just, for completeness, so you can run anything you want. So what else do we got in here? Got Skype, Steam, all sorts of stuff. So in here, in my games, we have Lutris, which I'll show you first. And then after that, we have Steam, which I'll show you next. Other than that, you have like your standard programming environments, this kind of stuff. You can, it's a full desktop. It works well. If you know how to configure Linux, then you will not be disappointed. And that's about it for this. So this is a game manager called Lutris. What it does is it takes Windows games and seamlessly hides the compatibility layer that lets them run under Linux. So to start a game in here, it's as simple as double clicking or right clicking and choose play. And that's it, they all work. Most of them come from a online source. That means you go to the website, you search for the game name, double click it, and everything gets installed for you. It's that easy. If you really want to get into it, you can go into, let me move this up. You can go into the specific runners. These are all the kinds of things, all the kinds of games it can run. The one we're most interested in is Wine, run Windows games. Wine stands for Wine is not an emulator. And in there, you have all these different versions of Wine, because some of them work better than others for older games or newer games or whatever, but the install scripts take care of all that for you. You have the actual compatibility layer, which one you want to use for a game, this kind of stuff. You can, whichever ones you have installed, you can use different ones. They can be tailored for specific games, so you may want to use a specific one for a certain game. And again, that's usually set up by the install script for you. So this is Lutris, and it is a game manager. I usually use it for my GOG games because Steam has its own compatibility layer that I use in there. And that's about it for Lutris. So this is Steam, the Linux client for it. It's a native Linux application, so this is not the Windows version, this is the Linux version. As you can see, we're in a full Linux desktop, and in here you have your Linux game, your Windows and Linux games. Some of these are Linux, some of them are Windows. Steam has its own compatibility layer built in called Proton. Proton is a version of Wine that Valve has made some specific adjustments to make it better for games instead of just normal applications. So like a lot of these games like Fallout 4, the Far Cries, these are all Windows games, but they work absolutely fine, and Steam handles all the details. It is as simple as right-clicking a Windows game and choosing install, and it just works. So that's about it. Now, when I say just works, some of them need fiddling and not everything works. But your good chances are 90% a game will work. It just does. The technology is mature. So this is the new Steam client. It's pretty nice. I like it. It runs Steam's games, of course, and like I already showed you, we got Lutris for everything else. So that's Steam right there.